Toastmaster, fellow Toastmasters, distinguished guests. How many of you have ever been at a point in life where you didn't know what you were doing or where you were going? Most of you. I distinctly remember such a point in my life. I was sitting in my San Diego apartment, staring at a map of California with the locations of all the California State Universities. Now, to give you a little background, I tell people I'm from San Diego. I actually grew up 70 miles east of San Diego in a small town called Borrego Springs in the Mojave Desert. It's very beautiful and contains many geological wonders, which is likely why I became a geologist. Now, after high school, I did move up to the city of San Diego to go to college, which is where this story picks up. You see, I muddled through a couple years at San Diego State. I was really good at finding something more fun to do than actually go to class. And I completely tanked out of college. So after that, I continued to work in restaurants around San Diego, and I was getting by okay, but I certainly wasn't striving, and I was not being fulfilled. And I just figured out that I wanted two things in life. I wanted a family, and I wanted an interesting, rewarding, and challenging career. So I started going back, taking courses at community college to raise my GPA in the hopes of getting back into San Diego State. Only now, I was paying for everything myself, as my dad had cut me off after the last college fiasco. And an amazing thing happened. When I started paying for myself, I started doing better. Turns out, San Diego State still didn't want me back. But they said they would send on my application to one other university, which brings me back to looking at the map of California. Now, I knew I had to be out of my comfort zone, which was down here in San Diego. But the furthest university away from San Diego was up here on the North Coast, and it was Humboldt State. I'd never been there before in my life, but I did know one person who lived there. It was a 6', 7" jovial football player that never met a stranger in his life, Scott Sports. So I sent out my application to Humboldt, and I was accepted. So I immediately ran over, I called up Scott, said, "Hey Scott, I'm moving up there this summer for school. You have a lead on a pad for me?" And Scott, being Scott, said, "Oh, what is up, brother? Dude, you can stay in my garage for like $200 a month. It's the dungeon, and this is going to be awesome." And it was a dungeon. But it was cheap, and I was paying for it. Now, when I first got to Humboldt, it was a little rough for me. I mean, I was living in a dungeon. I was thinking, why does the sun never shine? And the rain. You cannot believe the rain. In the desert, it was a good year if we got 2 days of rain. In Humboldt, it was a good year if we got 2 days of sunshine. But after a while, I realized that I was exactly where I needed to be. I fell in love with Humboldt. I discovered passions such as backpacking, hiking, disc golfing. And I made friends that I know will be with me to the bitter end. Now, I also met my wife in Humboldt. And I'll never forget the day that I first saw her. It was one of those 2 sunny days we get up there. And I was studying in a local coffee shop when this drop-dead, gorgeous college student walked through the front door. I mean, I think my heart actually ached a little bit when I first saw her. And then my wife walked in the door right after her. But wait. She was even more beautiful than the first girl. And we were pretty much inseparable from that day forward. We've been married 8 years now and have 3 kids. And in 2007, I did graduate with my degree in geology. And in 2009, my wife's family brought us down to Georgia, where I did find that interesting, rewarding, and challenging career. Turns out it's in a heaping pile of hot garbage with Richard Deason. It's funny like that. So for me, I truly could not be successful until I was personally invested in my future. And I stand before you today with everything good in my life hinging on that one decision of that young man in San Diego apartment to get out of his comfort zone. So that was about 10 years ago, and 10 years from now, I'm looking forward to telling you all the great things that have come in my life from another decision to get out of my comfort zone and join the President's Club of Toastmasters International.